and welcome to the program once again. My name is Peter Soko, and this afternoon I have with me the pleasure of interviewing Marco Signorini, the CEO of Econet UK. Good afternoon, Marco.
Good afternoon, Peter.
We'll go straight into it. Econet Wireless, is it the same as Econet Zimbabwe?
Yes, we're part of the same Econet group, same Econet banner, although Econet within its divisions globally are autonomous piece by piece, but generally owned by the same holding company. Yeah, so we're owned by the group.
And how long have you been within the UK?
Well, we originally arrived in the UK in 2000 as CEO of a company called Econet Satellite Services, which today is known as Liquid Telecom. So that's about 12 years that's been heading up. They are fully responsible for all our international gateways, fiber, international termination. But this particular business, Econet Mobile, I think we launched close to 2 years ago, about 18 months to 2 years ago.
Okay. And what sort of services are you offering as Econet UK then?
Well, when we were at Liquid Telecom, we dabbled slightly into the retail market through a prepaid calling card, which we had exclusive distribution through people like WH Smith. And it was successful in its own right, but we saw we mixed too much wholesale and retail. So the idea was to launch under the Econet brand and then go into the market primarily focused at retail, supplying those exact services, bringing our SIM cards, our technology, our data, and calling cards into this retail UK market.
So we've got SIM cards, we've got calling cards.
Calling cards.
Those are the main things that we have.
Yeah, they are the two main products at the moment. We do have some hardware, some handsets, and a couple of other bits to the bouquet, but generally we offer SIM cards as our number one brand from a roaming perspective and an ethnic SIM card, and also we do exclusivity. We power the post office calling card across the UK's post offices exclusively.
And you say you've been doing for the last 2 years?
Yeah, 18 months to 2 years, yeah.
But we haven't seen much of the Econet SIM cards.
I think in fairness, what we did originally, we tried different channels to market. So we would go into news agents and small ethnic environments to try and distribute from a viral campaign through mainly community channels, churches, positions. We found the Zimbabwe community to be present, and we found the uptake was generally quite slow. So I think we sort of drew back and said, let's see how do we attack this market differently.
Okay.
And subsequently we've relaunched into a much bigger distribution through a retail position with a company called, it's our biggest distributor through it's a company called Pre-Solutions.
Okay. And so they distribute both the SIM cards and the calling cards?
No, at the moment only the SIM cards. The calling cards still at the moment are distributed to the post office, but that's a post office branded card powered by Econet Mobile. But the retail presence at the moment is only with Pre-Solutions on a SIM card basis.
So let's go back to the calling card. That's the one that you can find via the post office, you can say, across the country.
Yes, but that's a post office card.
It's a post office card.
Yes, so it's not branded Econet, it's branded UK Post Office.
So what's the benefit for that then of that? If there's a post office card but it's Econet that we're trying to push through it.
Okay, let's put it this way. The post office have about 11,800 distributions. They're a very credible brand, as we know, it's the UK Post Office, and they've had their own calling card for a good few years now, and they've changed suppliers from a point of sustaining the back end of the whole engine for the UK calling card, be it the billing, the distribution, the whole back end, control, customer service, everything is done through Econet Mobile. So if you go into the UK Post Office today and you buy one of their cards and you turn it around, you'll see our brand that we sort of engineer the whole T's and C's, everything for the UK Post Office.
And using that calling card to phone back to Zimbabwe, are there any major advantages over other branded cards?
I think, Peter, to answer that question, yes, the short answer is yes, there are a lot of advantages to it. We're a very competitive card in the environment that we operate. Well, the SIM card is specific to Africa.
Right. Okay.
I think that our number one underlying quality, if I just go back to the reason we won the post office contract, was because of class of service. You know, if you read the latest Ofcom report, I won't say names today, but there are operators in this market where Ofcom quoted certain operators that the consumer realises 13 pence, that's 13% of the pound, on purchasing competitive products. So the main reason we want the post office agreement is because we offer a Class A service. There's no skimming, there's no hidden charges, there's no hidden connection charges. So we all know a minute is 60 seconds,
Right.
and Econet don't operate like that. You know, our minutes are 60 seconds, as they should be.
Okay.
We know that it goes right down to 47-second minutes, and the consumer, unfortunately, is not aware of it. You know, so that is the advantage to using an Econet card, be it a calling card, be it the post office card, be it our SIM card. You know, you get value for money.
I'll just ask that again in a different way.
Yeah.
Are you categorically sure that we are able to get the full value from the calling cards compared
Yes.
to other ones?
Yes, 100%, without a doubt, on our SIM card and our calling card.
That's refreshing. That's refreshing compared to what is on the market at the moment. That's very much refreshing. So back to the SIM card. Now, if when you had SIM cards, I think when they came in a few months ago initially, and you had them, like you said, in some sort of sectors or quarters, the disadvantage or the big negative about them was they were not competitive enough compared to other products on the market, particularly falling back in Southern Africa, Zimbabwe more importantly. Is that the same with the SIM cards now, or are they slightly more?
Well, we try and remain competitive always, Peter, and we do, literally we do analysis daily on competitive prices and where we are. And I can say in the top 10, 20 destinations, we have an offer currently that if you pay £20 for a card with a £20 top up, you get £20 free. I mean, the effective rate of that is destinations like Zimbabwe of 50% of other people's costs. You know, and again, there's no hidden charges. How long can we sustain those kind of discounts is not that easy, but there's definitely a huge advantage to that. You know, we are very competitive in the market today, and we're seeing that by our volumes.
Marco, in Zimbabwe, Econet is the biggest mobile operating service.
Yes.
Now, in the UK, how can somebody in the UK using an Econet SIM card benefit anybody in Zimbabwe, or the other way around? Anybody in Zimbabwe benefit somebody in the UK?
Peter, you know, we have initiatives like, you know, from time to time, which we can still do again, where if you had to purchase a £5 voucher from Econet on a £5 SIM card, we give you $5 to top up with an access pin, a relative in Zimbabwe. Our specials change from time to time. At the moment we've got the 20 and 20, but there's no reason why we couldn't reintroduce from another package or a deal on our website where we can do the same thing. So
because that would be, I think, of great benefit. Anybody who's here, I mean, I would need an incentive to use the Econet SIM card compared to any other SIM card. And more importantly, if I know that whatever I'm going to be using here will have some sort of benefit to whoever I'm going to be bringing back in Zimbabwe particularly.
Yeah, look, I think, Peter, that's a good idea, and you know, it's something we've had in the past, and we've still got access to those pins, and we can reintroduce it again, and I mean that is a benefit.
Another quick question for you: if I have an Econet SIM card here and I bring somebody in Zimbabwe with an Econet SIM card there, is there any value that I get compared to phoning, say, another brand within Zimbabwe again, phoning Econet SIM card here in the UK?
Well, at the moment, the real value you have is we have the cheapest rate to Zimbabwe combined with the best quality. You know, you may find in the market where people say, well, we have a better rate, but you know, you always see these little asterisks of 1p a minute to Zimbabwe, and then it's a landline or something that just doesn't terminate, you know. So if you compare apples for apples, I think our biggest USP is we have the cheapest, the most competitive rate in the market with the best quality, without a doubt.
I was just going to go on the quality. Again, that's something that is very frustrating if you're trying to use any of the popular SIM cards or calling cards to phone back, and the quality is rather poor, to be honest. How well is Econet compared to the rest?
You know, Peter, our quality is excellent. I mean, I think we run a customer service 24/7 like most of the operators do in this market. And the calls we have for poor quality are none. There's maybe 1 or 2 a month, and then there's genuinely a technical fault which gets addressed. You see, if you look at people's routing tables without getting too technical, there've got to be ways that you can try and save in this market as an operator. And obviously, as I said to you, there's people out there doing 30, 40, 50, 60-second minutes. The other way is quality. So you find you get routes without CLI, which is call line identification, or you get, if you speak to carriers, they have their platinum route, or they have their gold route, or it goes all the way down to bronze and possibly wood. And this is the problem. People use this very inferior IP link that you hear your own voice echoing, you hear the buzzing in the background.
Yes.
Those are the common technologies or wordings of the quality of service. So we have absolutely none of that.
Where do you find the SIM cards?
As I said, we've launched now with a new distributor. I mean, the easiest place for anyone to access the card is obviously online, especially out of the UK, because you order a card today, you get it tomorrow, because we do have an efficient postal service. Other than that, you find us in some of the high street retailers. We're not in the Asda's and the Tesco's at the moment, although I know our main distributor is working on certain retail parts of the market. As I said, we've recently relaunched. But the best option at the moment currently is to get the SIM card online.
Because you tend to find that if I'm on a high street and I'm looking for a SIM card to use, I'm looking for whatever product I can use to phone back home, back in Zimbabwe particularly, as I walk past each little stall, I see so many brands of other different sort of cards there. And it's easier for me just to pick it up and just sort of run with it than to then have to go back home and go on the computer and make an order, etc., etc., etc.
I think, Peter, what we'll need to do somehow on our site is list an area of where people can get the cards. You need to understand the industry is really, really difficult. We went into, I can even say, thousands of these small little shops, if you want to call them, from news agents to retailers. And what you find is that bundles get broken, SIM card packages get opened. The operator gets a bigger kickback from this person. So, we've had that presence. And even though people do walk in, they say, "Oh well, look, we confronted by this other brand who says, if we caught selling your card," or it's quite challenging. The honest truth, it is challenging, but. We've gone into a really good distribution at the moment, which is a new relationship for us. It only started literally a month ago. And, we will start making awareness more and more and more. But at the moment, it is relatively new.
That's the SIM card. And the topping up of the SIM card, is it better online or how is it topping up best?
Topping up online is so simple. It's just like purchasing the product. But again, wherever we will sell the SIM card, you'll be able to buy a voucher to top up.
Okay, and then back to the bigger pictures. And what do you have for Econet UK? What excitement can you create? What can we look forward to?
Econet being the biggest operator in the UK. I think what Econet is going to bring to the party. There's some exciting developments. As you know, Econet has a presence at the moment. Well, if you don't know, we're in Zimbabwe, Botswana, Lesotho, Kenya, Nigeria, Burundi. We have an MVNO in South Africa. We have interests in various areas of the world that also exclude communication. So Econet has a global footprint, and there are some exciting things happening. I don't know if you've been following our main website, but we've recently won a court case against Bharti Airtel. We've got Nigeria back through the courts. We're not in control at the moment. I know there's some things happening at the moment which I can't speak about yet. But if you go on our website, everything's there for public knowledge. You can track it yourself. So there's some exciting things that are happening back in Africa that we're going to try and link into the UK. We've got products like EcoCash, EcoLife back in Zimbabwe, and we're looking at ways of marrying the two into this market as well.
Oh, well, first of all, congratulations about the winning the case in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Really a big relief, I'm sure. It's been going on for the last 7-8 years, I think it is.
Yes, it's been for a while.
But you've touched on a very interesting point. EcoCash, are we looking at getting that anytime soon? Because there's a lot of transfer of finances back to Zimbabwe by the diaspora within the UK. Is that something we can look forward to as well?
Yes, it's something that we're working on. I think our chairman always a philosophy: perfect things in your own backyard, and then bring them out into the open world. So that's what's happening at the moment. We have, not to digress, but if you go on our main website as well, or on the Econet Solar website, you can see that we're venturing now also into a solar prepaid solution, which you can also top up over an Econet mobile phone. At the moment, more in Zimbabwe, but eventually it'll also come to here. If you have someone living back home in Africa or back home in Zimbabwe, and they need to top up their 4-light solar powered Econet system, they can buy a voucher here and you can top it up there. So that'll all be affiliated, connected, or related some way to an Econet cash product that you could get out of the UK.
And you've got a global presence, like you've said. Are you in areas like the USA where there's a plethora of Zimbabweans, or in Australia, or areas like that, or do you intend to sort of dip into those areas sooner rather than later?
Those strategic decisions always guided by our executive group chairman, Mr. Strike Masiwa. But anywhere and everywhere, he's always very open. And watch this space. There are things happening. Yes, we're not currently in the US from a point of Econet, but we certainly have a presence in the US. Yes.
And talking of Mr. Masiwa, he's just recently, I believe, got the awarded the Chairman's Award of the Zimbabwe Achievers Awards 2012. How's that affecting Econet UK? What's the buzz around that?
Well, look, we're always very grateful for awards. It's always an honour, especially being affiliated with anything to do with Zimbabwe for us. When we venture into the diaspora like we are here. So it's an honour. We like to stick it as an accolade on our collage of awards that come to Econet coming out of Africa. So yeah, it's great for us, because it's something that we're proud of. And we show the rest of the world that Zimbabwe has something, so it's great.
And talking of being proud of Zimbabwe, the awards I believe are going to be in April 2012. If you're watching this after April 2012, the awards would have been and gone, but all the same. Are you looking forward to anything in particular at the awards, or is it going to be your first time there, or you've been there before as Econet?
I've been there before as Econet, and I would like to attend again, and it'll be great. And as you say, if the viewers are watching it afterwards, I will have already been there. If they are watching it before and looking forward to it, yeah, it's going to be good. We always come up with some sort of initiative or incentive or surprise on venues or functions like that. So I think my team haven't come back to me with any ideas yet, but I'm sure there will be something that we'll do on the evening.
Okay, so you do say that you're excited about being at the awards. Is there anything that the general public can look forward to from Econet at the awards?
Well, I'm sure we're going to be giving away phones, airtime, air vouchers, credits, from a mobile operator perspective. Yeah, so those are the couple of free phones, maybe more.
You heard that? Free phones, SIM cards, airtimes, the rest.
And maybe even some of our solar products. We have some amazing solar lanterns, which are very, very popular in Zimbabwe. It's the latest buzz in Zimbabwe. If you go online, you'll see our generation 1, 2 and 3 lanterns, which are solar powered, which have just taken Zimbabwe by storm. We've sold, I think, close to 250,000 in 6 months. Wow. So it's really made a difference to people in the community, because the uniqueness of that particular lantern is not only is it a solar light, but also charges a mobile phone. So it's quite unique.
Charges only an Econet type mobile phone, or any?
No, it can charge any mobile phone.
But being generous there. So to wrap this up, Marco, is there anything else that you might want us to you might want to relay to the watching?
In summary, Econet has entered into the UK. We have an awesome footprint. We have people like the UK Post Office who entrust us to do an amazing job for them from a point of retail distribution and back end for their calling card. and we'd love the community to support us. You know, our SIM card is, I think our slogan or our payoff line, it does what it says on the SIM. You know, as I said before, you know, there's an integrity in our brand. Our chairman, Mr. Strive Masia, always says, you know, our business is not trying to get 1 or 2 or 3p from the consumer in the street. You know, then we shouldn't be in business. So it's a matter of showing the integrity of what we represent and what we do. So yeah, we're very excited about that, you know.
Marco, thank you very much for joining us on this program, and all the very best to Econet Wireless UK.
Thank you so much.